Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks, Congressman Kerry. Appreciate you've been a great friend of the Ohio Co-ops, and keep up the good work in Washington. We need it. All right, so we're going to wind up our conference for today. I want to start by first thanking staff, Missy, Ryan, Melissa, Nyla, even Doug. Thank you all for, where's Doug at? Thank you all. Thanks, it's been a great show. I want to take a second to recognize we're losing some longtime board members off of our OREC and Buckeye board. First, Gary Knapke has recently left after 24 years on the Buckeye board. Gary, where are you? Thank you for your time. Ron Salyer, who's leaving Pioneer, is going to be retiring after 23 years on the Buckeye board. Ron, thanks, I don't see you. Dan McNall. It's been on both the OREC and the Buckeye board going back to 1999. So Dan, thank you for your service. And finally, Paul Berridge is leaving the OREC board, although he's going to stay with the Buckeye Rural board. So thank you all for your time and service with us. Missy, you missed a thanks. Thank you, Missy. There she is. Let's give Missy a hand, too. Thanks for pulling this together. All right, so the last couple of years have been a little bit of a wild ride. We've had some real ups and downs financially. 2 years ago, we earned more money as a company at Buckeye Power than we ever have, for a lot of reasons. This past year is kind of one of our worst years we've had in a while, mostly because of weather. We're facing some policy challenges right now that we've talked a lot about. I'll talk a little bit more about, complain about a little bit. But we've also seen this clear, unmistakable value of our cooperative business model come through for this vital public service that we provide. People are more and more recognizing how important what you do is. And in spite of the fact that we're changing a lot of people, it's not all the same folks doing the same things, but it's the same organization, the same business model, making things happen. You saw this lineman training program and all the new people we're bringing in at that level. We've got a lot of new directors. I think, Doug, the last I checked, we had about 50% of the directors across the state are new since I became CEO. That's a big change. A lot of new managers. Actually, more than half the managers are new in that same time. And then a lot of changing staff across your businesses. So change is healthy, change is good. Change is always challenging, though. So it's something that we're going to just have to buckle up and lean into a little bit. We look ahead, and I see some challenging times. We've talked a lot about it. We are worried about how we're going to handle this unprecedented growth in electricity demand that we're seeing, and we're seeing it in ways we've never seen it before. Instead of broadly, building some new houses here and there, we're seeing these very concentrated 400 megawatt, 500 megawatt, 800 megawatt demand centers just plop down in a building somewhere. Our whole electric co-op program is like 2,000 megawatts of demand, and we're seeing dozens of these across Ohio and across the country. And we've still got this very unsettled structure for the market as to how we pay for power plants, how people are going to get billed for these large data centers. So we got to pay for it, number one, but then we also have this clear and present danger to our electric system from regulations that have been issued in this US EPA war on affordable and reliable power that we're still facing. There's 5 big regulations right now that we're fighting. Most of them are probably unlawful. They're all unworkable. We're going to be tied up in court spending precious time and money dealing with them, but that's what we need to do right now. And then we've just got this divisive politics. You heard Congressman Kerry talking about really trying to work things out across the aisle. I think a lot of people want to do that. But you also heard him talk about how there's a lot of people that really just want to throw a stink bomb in the room. And that's just part of the challenge that we have ahead of us. I think that will pass. I think we'll see that that's not a very fruitful way to spend anybody's time or energy. But we got a cloudy picture right now. But then you sort of say, well, okay, but what's really happening today on the ground here in Ohio with our electric co-ops? And what I see is 24 strong, healthy, well-managed, service-oriented, financially sound, competitive, forward-looking electric co-ops. I don't hardly ever hear people say, well, we've always done it this way. What I hear all the time is, Well, what are we doing to get ready for what's coming next? And that's healthy. We're very competitive with the electric utilities that surround us today, more than ever. Competitive, though, doesn't mean we're always winning. It means that we're doing better and worse. Right now, we happen to be doing really well. All of our co-ops are financially sound. You all have great people that are very service-oriented. Every time we do a member satisfaction survey, the thing that all of you always rate the highest on, no matter where you are, is your people are great. They're well-trained, they're well-prepared, they care. And that's what separates us from the rest of our industry. We've also got some really strong industry partners today, that stronger than ever. You look at the banks, CFC and CoBank, that support us. You look at the data processing, NISC and Meridian, fantastic companies. Federated Insurance has been great. So all of our business partners are doing well, and they're supporting us. I look at our resources that we have. We have some great power producing assets, and we have enough to meet our needs now and probably for the next few years at least. They're managed by some outstanding people. I hope some of you got to see the Cardinal folks today talk about what they do. It's been a great story. Since 2016, when we realized, oh boy, AEP's out of this power generation game, we're going to have to step in. I think we hired one person in 2016, maybe two. And 2018, we took over operations to 2022 when we bought out AEP at Cardinal. Things are going the right direction. There's a dedication to continuous improvement in what we do. We've lowered our cost structure noticeably. We've improved the reliability of the operations at the plants. I think you saw some of that earlier today. We're going to have to continue to invest in these facilities, though. We've seen a lot of growth in human performance. We're getting better at getting people to do what they need to do, when they need to do it the right way the first time. And we're continuing to meet more stringent environmental requirements than we've ever had, and we're getting ready to do even better, and we're going to be able to do that. The thesis we had when we took on this challenge of operating these plants was that we could probably figure out how to run these 1 or 2 or 3 plants better by themselves than AEP could run a whole group of 20 power plants. If we got the right people, and we stuck with it. And so far we've stuck with it, we've had the right people. You all have been willing to invest the money that it takes to do that. And I see that we've got a future that should last indefinitely right now, if we just get by a few bumps in the road with our laws and rules. The other thing I see today as I look around is you all are working together better than you ever have. You heard this, talk about our lineman training and our safety program. I mean, I've been here 24 years now, 22 years, 22, seems like 24. It's changed in ways that are unbelievable. It went from being not very good, frankly, to, I think, as the best anywhere. I don't know any place that's got a better safety program than you all have. I don't know anybody that's got a better training program than we have. Our workforce development is not just linemen, but also the leadership development that people have been working on is really helping. Our plant operations are really good and getting better. Our financial stability is great. But mostly we have a united membership because you all are sticking together, finding ways to help each other, work together, do good things for the people that we serve. We had a chairman of OREC several years ago, Ed Sanders. He actually stopped into the office just to say hi and look at the building a few weeks ago. And when Ed left this office, he stood on one of these stages like this and said, good things don't just happen. Good people make good things happen. Some of you might remember that. And that's true. And frankly, we've got a lot of great people, and we can make great things happen. So we got a little wild ride ahead of us. Sometimes that's fun. Sometimes things are a little out of our control, but we can control what we can control. And I guess what I'd like to close with is I'd like y'all to strap in, concentrate on working together, support each other. I hope you'll support Craig Grooms in his role like you've supported me over the years, and enjoy the ride that we have ahead of us. It's important work that we do. People are counting on us to get it right. I have a lot of confidence in all of you but I think the strength that we have is sticking together, working together. So that's, I'd just like to say thank you for my time here. I've enjoyed working with you all. This will be my last summer conference, not my last week, but I'll be here for a few more months. God bless and safe travels. Thank you all.